Hey guys! Welcome to my channel Daily Life Hacks. Today we are going to talk about Ramadan. Basically, Ramadan is the 9th month of the Muslim, Islamic calendar. So let's just start a video to know about the facts and information of the Ramadan. 1. During Ramadan, Muslims cannot eat or drink during daylight hours. Smoking and anything indecent or excessive are also prohibited. 2. Ramadan is remembered as the month in which the Prophet Muhammad received the first of the revelations that make up the Quran. 3. Because Ramadan is based on the lunar calendar rather than the Gregorian calendar, the holiday starts 11 to 12 days earlier than it did the previous year. It takes about 33 Islamic years for Ramadan to return to the same place on the Gregorian calendar. 4. The word Ramadan is from the Arabic root ramida or ramad, which means scorching heat or dryness. This is because Ramadan typically takes place during the summer. 5. Ramadan requires Muslims to fast during the daylight hours. Muslims who live in places with midnight sun or polar nights follow the sunlight hours of Mecca. 6. While Ramadan means a month of fasting, dietitians actually see an increase in diabetes cases and weight gain due to overeating once the sun goes down. 7. Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The other pillars are salat, prayer, shahada, and affirmation that there is no deity besides God and his prophet is Muhammad, zakat, charity, and hajj, making a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once during one's lifetime. 8. All adults are required to fast during Ramadan, except those who are elderly, ill, traveling, pregnant, breastfeeding, diabetic, chronically ill, or menstruating. 9. Children are not required to fast during Ramadan until they reach puberty. 10. If someone is sick during Ramadan and is unable to fast, he or she can make up the fast when they recover. 11. If someone deliberately breaks their fast during Ramadan for no legitimate reason, they are required to make up the missed day later. 12. If a person dies during Ramadan and hasn't completed his or her fast, whoever is in charge of their affairs is required to continue the fast on their behalf, usually after they've completed their own fast. 13. During the month of Ramadan, the productivity of workers declines by 35 to 50% due to both shorter working hours and loss of efficiency. 14. After Ramadan is over, Muslims have a 3-day celebration called Eid al-Fitr, or Festival of the Breaking of the Fast, where people come together to eat, enjoy family and friends, and exchange gifts. Let our religions unite us for human kindness rather than dividing us on what we believe. Eid Mubarak. 15. Fasting during Ramadan occurs from dawn until sunset. Before dawn, Muslims eat a pre-fast meal called sahur. At sunset, they break the fast with a meal called iftar. 16. In many Muslim countries, restaurants remain open during Ramadan, with a sign posted stating that food will be served to non-Muslim people only. 17. If someone has sexual intercourse during Ramadan, they must fast continuously for 60 more days or feed 60 poor people. 18. While Ramadan calls for a month of fasting, the demand for food actually increases. After iftar, the meal after sundown, people flock to cafes to eat and meet friends. 19. Because drinking water is prohibited while fasting during Ramadan, dehydration-related illnesses often increase. 20. If a non-Muslim meets a Muslim during Ramadan, the appropriate greeting is Ramadan Mubarak, which means, have a blessed Ramadan. 21. In order to declare the beginning of Ramadan, Muslim-majority countries, such as Saudi Arabia, depending on the moon sighters. When these moon sighters see a crescent moon, Ramadan can begin. 22. During Ramadan, charities report higher levels of donations and activity. 23. In many Muslim-majority countries, traffic accidents increase during Ramadan due to fasting-related drowsiness and lack of concentration. 24. Breaking with a 20-year tradition, President Donald Trump did not host an iftar dinner to commemorate Ramadan in 2017. 25. Ramadan is also called the month of the Quran. 26. Thousands of people in the Gulf region are hospitalized each year due to fasting-related illnesses, such as indigestion, peptic ulcer disease, and gastroenteritis, during Ramadan. 27. Muslims usually eat a date to break their fast, followed by juice. 28. Ramadan is a favorite name for boys among Muslims. 29. Of the 7 billion people in the world, 22% (1.6 billion) fast during Ramadan. 30. If done correctly, fasting during Ramadan can release endorphins that improve mental well-being. It can also help detoxify the body. 31. ISIS has called for increased attacks during Ramadan and often refers to the holiday as the holy month of jihad. 32. In some Muslim countries, failing to follow Ramadan can lead to imprisonment. In Algeria, for example, 6 people were imprisoned for 4 years for breaking their Ramadan fast early. In the United States and Europe, however, many Muslims are accepting of non-observers. 33. The two main branches of Islam, the Sunnis and Shiites, break their Ramadan fasts differently. Sunnis typically break their fast when the sun is no longer on the horizon, but the sky is still light. Shiites break their fast when the last ray of light has gone. 34. Muslims are not allowed to chew gum during Ramadan. 35. Fasting predates Islam. Abstaining from food and drink is mentioned in both the Hebrew Bible and the New Testament, both of which predate Muhammad, who was born in 570 AD. 36. The fanus is a type of light or lantern that is traditionally used during Ramadan. It represents hope and a light in the darkness. 37. The need to correctly identify the beginning of Ramadan by sighting the halal crescent moon led Muslim scholars to study astronomy. 38. Wives spend twice as long cooking during Ramadan than during the rest of the year. 39. Around the world, many Muslims often break their Ramadan fast with the homeless, in what has been dubbed Feed It Forward. 40. In 1805, U.S. President Thomas Jefferson held the first White House dinner with a Muslim, C.D. Solomon Melamelon, a Muslim. Jefferson. He adjusted the timing of the meal to precisely at sunset to accommodate for Ramadan. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Share, like and subscribe.